This is our moon. It's been with us for billions of years, or so we thought. What if it vanished? Would anything happen? Well, a lot, actually. Here are 6 ways the world would change if the moon suddenly disappeared. Number 1. No more high tides. When the moon disappears, one of the most obvious things to go would be tides. You see, the gravitational pull of the moon is responsible for about 75% of Earth's tides. The rest is caused by the sun. With the moon gone, high tides would shrink by up to 2/3, leaving low tides higher and high tides lower than they are now. That means there would be less area in the intertidal zone, the strip of land between high and low tide, which is home to lots of sea life like crabs, mussels, and anemones. Crabs, mussels, and other filter feeders that depend on the daily flooding of the intertidal zone would likely face extinction, which would affect birds that feed on them too. Low tides also expose marine animals to predators that normally feed in deeper water. Animals such as sea stars, sea urchins, and snails that live in the intertidal zone are used to being exposed to air when the tide goes out, but they're not prepared to deal with predators while they're stuck on land. Even coral reefs would suffer because some species need the water to be pushed into their cells in order to capture prey. So if the tides were weaker, those corals would have to spend more energy filtering the water around them to get food. With fewer resources to share, coral reefs would become less resilient. Number 2. A hotter, colder world. Okay, so you know how sometimes when you're in the ocean and you dive down deep, the water gets much colder, and then when you come back up, the surface water feels super warm compared to what you were just swimming in. That happens because deep ocean water tends to be colder than surface water. But thanks to the tides, warmer surface waters get churned up and sent down into the depths, mixing with the cold water there and coming back up cooler. This mixing helps stabilize global temperatures. Without the tides to keep things mixed, warm tropical waters would stay on top and cold polar waters would stay at the bottom. That means there wouldn't be much mixing of warm and cold water masses, so summers would be hotter and winters would be colder. Plus, with no tides, rain and snow wouldn't get distributed as evenly. Places near the equator would get way more rain, and places farther north and south would experience way more droughts. There would also be other weird side effects. Like since warm water holds more moisture than cold water, having all the warm water near the equator would mean more water vapor in the atmosphere there, leading to more clouds and even more rain. Also, surface ocean currents would stop circulating, meaning heat wouldn't be transported from the tropics towards the poles. Instead, tropical regions would get even hotter and the poles would get even colder, leading to faster melting of the ice caps. Within a few million years, Earth would be totally inhospitable. So yeah, the tides are good to have around. Number 3, a wonky Earth axis. Earth's axis is the imaginary line running from the North Pole to the South Pole. It's currently tilted on its side at about 23.5 degrees, and that tilt is what causes seasons. Without the moon, Earth's tilt would be completely unstable. That means Earth would wobble all over the place, sometimes closer to the sun and sometimes farther away. If Earth's tilt were to become highly variable or even change to face the sun at an extreme angle, some places could become permanently frozen or superheated. In other words, some places could become uninhabitable. So the moon keeps Earth stable enough for life to thrive. Who knew it was such a good space stabilizer? No. 4. Dark nights. The moon is 14,000 times brighter than the next brightest object in the night sky, Venus. In fact, it's the brightest thing in the night sky except for stars. That means without the moon, nights would be really dark, like pitch black. For most animals that are active at night, including many mammals, reptiles, and insects, this sudden darkness would be disorienting. Some animals might get confused and do the wrong thing at the wrong time, like hunting instead of hiding from predators or mating instead of gathering food. Nocturnal predators might have trouble seeing their prey, leading to starvation. And nocturnal prey might find it easier to escape predators in the dark. With no moon to light up the night, Earth's ecosystems would fall into chaos. Oh, and humans wouldn't be immune to the effects either. We've evolved to sleep during the night and wake during the day. So if the moon were to disappear, our sleep cycles could become misaligned with the natural day-night cycle. Number 5. No more coral babies. Did you know that coral reefs time their mass spawning with the full moon? That's right. Almost all coral species release their eggs and sperm into the water at the same time once a year. And they do it during a full moon because lunar light helps planktonic larvae sense the direction of ocean currents. Without the moon, plankton might swim aimlessly through the water, never finding a coral reef to settle down on. This would lead to a collapse of coral reef ecosystems. So if you love snorkeling or scuba diving or even just eating seafood, you can thank the moon for keeping coral reefs alive. Number 6. A world without moonlight. People have looked up to the moon for thousands of years. It's inspired myths, calendars, and art. Even today, we say someone is our rock or that something is over the top to express how strongly we feel about something. Ancient cultures saw the moon as a god, and many religions still believe it has special powers. When the moon vanished, people everywhere would feel a profound sense of loss. It would be like losing a friend. Of course, we would quickly realize that the moon didn't really disappear. It would still be out there in space, just not shining in our night sky. But that wouldn't make the void in our hearts any less real. So the moon might be a rocky, lifeless, silent place, but it plays a huge role in making Earth livable. Maybe it's time we gave our planetary neighbor a little more love. And if you want to learn more about what the moon is made of and how it formed, check out this episode. Click here to watch, and thanks for watching.